Okay, hi everybody. This is Kate Houston, Rockstar Librarian, and we're having a few moments of technical difficulties. We're going to see if we can get Josie on here in just a moment. If we're not able to get the split screen in Facebook land and technology to agree with us, perhaps we'll be able to get her on the telephone with us. So we'll just see what we can do here. There I have the screen. I think I might have figured out what the fail was, and we are up from our technology. Here we go. Bringing you on camera. I think we've got it. This is exciting. Adding. We're going to say hello in just a moment to my special guest today.
Hi.
Oh, good. I think I figured out the technical difficulties, but that's exciting that we got it figured out. Welcome. I am so excited about this.
Yeah.
Um, I just want to say that it's been such an inspiration, Josie, to hear your story, to hear at age 8 and 9 that you were inspired by a lemonade stand and $30 to do something bigger and better, and that you're just a great example of how if we put our minds to something and our hearts to something, we can truly do anything.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about that, the start and that lemonade stand and how that brought about this nonprofit and this whole vision you have?
Yeah, well, when I was 8, I did a lemonade stand and I raised about $30 and I wanted to make a difference with that money. So me and my dad went online and we looked for causes and charities that we might be able to talk to. And we found Water Access Now, which is a local nonprofit organization that builds wells in Ghana. And so I had a board meet. We went to one of their board meetings and I got a partnership with them and a $5,000 match from one of the board members, and that inspired me to build my first well.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. So if you had not made that first step, then they wouldn't have made their step. So you actually made the opportunity for someone else to give a gift that they didn't know that it was going to touch them and be rewarding in the way that it was if you hadn't a step forward.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's pretty.
great.
I'm Amy. I'm Josie's friend, just supporting her today. But yes, I
Yeah,
think it's
sorry
so.
about that, Amy.
Oh, that's okay.
You're just so excited. I want to jump right in. Yeah, so I'm excited because what is it about besides, that first looking into the cause and the lemonade stand and looking with your dad for causes, what has made you want to continue to do this? What has been the driver that has been consistent? So you've been doing this for years now, yes?
Yeah, well, I have always been motivated by the thought that I'm making people happy and helping give them kind of their basic human rights to have clean water because I think it's extremely important that that everyone has clean water. So when I see photos of the well that I built and the people celebrating, that's what keeps me motivated.
Oh, I love that. And it's just the driver of seeing that positive change. Do you get pictures from from the villages, or how does that work? How did you first feel when you first saw pictures from that first well?
Yeah, when Water Access Now first sent me those photos, I was in a parking lot of like a supermarket, and I remember seeing them like being like, "Dad, I did it!" They're all happy and they're celebrating, and it was crazy.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So why is it Ghana? What about African Ghana was the draw for you?
Well, uh, when I met with Water Access Now, they told me a few things about Ghana and that many women and girls have to walk miles to get water for their families that isn't even safe. And so I think that uh, so they were helping with Ghana, which was part of the reason, but also, like I said earlier, those girls and women have to do so much work to get clean drinking water.
Yeah, and my understanding is that sometimes women and girls have to walk upwards of 6 hours a day. Like that's their whole job is just water collection. So there's no school, there's no education, there's no learning your craft or building a small business to make yourself self-sustainable. And little girls, young girls, probably girls your age having to take on that task.
Yeah, I mean, that's just crazy. I don't know how they do it.
I know. I know. So, when you've held fundraisers besides lemonade stands, that was your first sort of step into that. Where did you get ideas and what kind of things have you done?
Yeah, well, a lot of the time when I fundraise, I do these water stands where I give out free water and ask for donations. So usually I tell people about it, and I've also done fundraisers with other businesses where um, they'll either let me speak or they'll have some amount of how much they earn to that day go to Josie's well and things like that.
Oh, I love that. So was it intimidating at all to have to go and initially talk to those businesses to see if they were interested in collaborating with you?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it was scary, but usually we started out with those businesses that we knew. So, we knew some of the people who would have owned it, and we talked to them. And then we eventually got up to like asking someone in Starbucks, and usually, um, yeah, it was a little scary.
But I think your vision, you were drawn to the idea of still helping, so that made you push forward and past those fears, right? And then you saw this amazing turnout.
Yeah, and it's like I said earlier, that's what kind of keeps me motivated to keep doing these things.
I love it. So, what do you think we can, how do you think we can get there to raise $11,000? We have a good start. We only have 2 weeks or so left, or so before we have to hit our $11,000 mark. But I know there's some big push that happens at the beginning, but we don't want to lose that momentum, right? So what do you think? I mean, how many people do you think we need to have donations from?
Well, I mean, as many as possible, but I love to say that with donations, every dollar counts because it's still going towards it. But yeah, I think around somewhere
Yeah, something like it's like
somewhere, yeah,
11,000 people donating $1, or 1,100 people donating, $100, or 220 people donating $50, which when we're talking about the community that I'm talking about, where 80,000 people a year go out to this desert and bring 1 million gallons of water for their own drinking to have in this
yeah,
desert camping space. And then there's more than 80,000 people out there that have gone. I mean, we have hundreds of thousands of people who've gone. We literally could do this really fast, right? We could get
yeah,
there.
yeah, and
It'd be really easy.
yeah,
I
we
mean, I think about just how much we spend on a cup of coffee, maybe each week, or what we spend on a month, or some of those extra sundries that we spend money on when we make that snack stop that could be tossed this way to help give clean, fresh water to village in Ghana. It's pretty amazing.
yeah,
What if
and
we all could come together and do that, right? What if we could all come together and make this donation happen? That would be amazing.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Can you can you also tell us, do you have any more visions coming now that you've been working on this project for a while? How many wells have you been able to raise funds for in your nonprofit at this point?
Yeah, well, so far we have enough money to build two more, so that would put our total to three. But I'm aiming to have enough money to build five wells, so that would be $50,000, and that's what I'm aiming to do this summer. We're already about.
So if you can do $50,000 just on your own, we can definitely do one well and $11,000 to help with that and get the money to your cause and to Water Access Now through you and Josie's well. I just imagine the other side of this, that there are these girls and these women that will get to have a quality of life that they don't have because they're not walking to collect water, that that something like 70% of all the diseases in Ghana are from the water being impure, or sanitation issues with water. So, like, this is so big, such a big thing to
Yeah,
provide things like this.
yeah, it's a really important cause, and I think that for all of these people, it can make their lives so much better and more, what's the word?
Quality.
Yeah, like quality. I think they deserve to have the water.
It's a basic need. It's a basic right,
Yeah,
really, for people to have access to water. It is, we're said, what are we, 70 or 80% water ourselves, right, as human beings?
yeah,
So it's a big deal that we can do this. I can't imagine a better way to make a global difference. While our community, our Burning Man community, raises the funds for this to also get the Rockstar Librarian Music Guide to the desert for people to enjoy. That's such a simple, beautiful thing that people enjoy, that is a that is a nice to have, whereas water is really a right and a necessity. So here we get to pair the two things together, which is amazing. I know that you have a challenge for us all today.
Yeah, I think that it would be possible to raise $3,000 by Monday.
Oh, so adding $3,000. So our crew, we're being called by Josie to make our total close to $7,000 because we have about $4,000 raised. So can we raise $3,000 by the end of Monday? Josie, what do you think?
I think everyone can do it.
Now, I think you did a raising water for a well in 1 week, correct? You've done
Um,
that call to action and you made
yeah,
some fundraising for that?
yeah.
So, I mean, if you can do that, we can definitely do this $3,000 in by Monday. So I like your challenge. I think we're up for it. I think we are up for it for sure. And I just think people can participate in a couple ways. So we have till August 15th to make $11,000 in order for me to have time to have the production of the Rockstar Librarian Music Guide happen. I need to be able to get the designer and the production and the printing done. Otherwise, if it's past August 15th, that guide is not going to get out to the playa. It can't happen. I don't have physical man hours to do it. So we want to do it sooner because why put the stress on the last minute, right? Let's get it faster. And people can participate in two ways. Maybe you're one of the 200 people that donates $100, one of the 200 people who donates 50. But please, even if you can only donate a few dollars or you're not able to donate cash today, I highly ask you to share the link that's in the description below with everyone that you know, all your burner friends, all your tribe, all your campmates, because by getting the word out, that's how we're going to make this $3,000 by Monday. I love your challenge, Josie. And I definitely think that this is we can do this. And I'm so inspired by you. And I'm sure everybody here who's watching and getting to see this later on when they jump on later to watch this are going to be absolutely inspired by you. And I want to thank you for being a visionary for your generation. And maybe you don't even think about it that way, but it's absolutely true. You saw a need and you're doing something about it. It's simple as that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have any last parting words to share with everybody about your mission and what we should be doing?
Yeah,
Just they can do it, right?
yeah, I mean, yeah, anyone can do it. I think that it's completely possible and that it's in order to make a difference, we all need to work together because not one person can't do it on their own. Everyone has to work together as a team.
It's true, but it takes amazing leaders like you to step forward and have the courage and the strength and just the commitment to leading people to do it, because a lot of people I think want to support lots of opportunities, but without the leaders to say let's do it this way, it doesn't happen. So thank you for stepping into that role and being an amazing leader for us.
Thank you.
All right, I had such fun talking with you. I appreciate so much your time, Josie, and I love your call to action. Let's make $3,000 by the end of Monday, everybody.
Woo!
Woo! And thank you for joining us. I'll talk to you later, okay? Thanks, Josie. We'll be in touch.